Is this thing working? I don't understand why my $20 mic is being ridiculous. This is stupid. Well, here I am to talk about Colorado. And before I start this, I want to say a couple of things. I hold the mic when I wear a t-shirt because there's nowhere for me to clasp onto. So I've tried to do my chain. I've tried to wear a jacket and then I get hot. So that is the reason why I do not pin my microphone when I'm wearing a t-shirt because I can't. It's hard and it looks all funky. The other thing I want to say is by now we have all seen my reaction to what I saw last weekend. You have seen how I feel. I'm not going to change how I feel until I see changed behavior because that is how I feel like we should all operate as adults. But I want to just tell you this one thing. At the beginning of this season, Coach Prime said that this was the season of expectations. They set certain expectations that they were going to do, and they said that they were new and they were improved. So because you told me that, I am going to hold you to that expectation. Because for those of you listening to this that cannot fathom the fact that somebody that you idolize or somebody that you think is under attack and does everything great, that person is above criticism, I don't know what to tell you. Because the other thing is, Coach Prime is not a victim. And I don't think Coach Prime wants you to make him a victim. No matter what he says and what he does, you can't think a man is extremely powerful and all the positive things that you think about him. And then at the same time say, but we're going to make him a victim. Don't make him a victim. He is a football coach and his job is to win football games and to get his team prepared to win football games and make good decisions. So I am going to continue to hold him accountable. I'm going to continue to hold him to the standard he told me that he wanted to be held accountable for. That is what we're going to do. And so he said the game is to get Peggy to a bowl game. Great. That means 6-6. And so I am hoping that we can get to 6-6. But in the meantime, every week I will continue to make videos and I will continue to state how I feel. And if how I am stating how I feel makes you uncomfortable, that is not my problem. Me making you comfortable is not why I started a YouTube channel. Me saying exactly what I mean and meaning what I say is actually why I started a YouTube channel. So I'm going to continue to do that. If you think me being critical of somebody who has told me to have high standards means that I don't support him, that means you are probably a terrible friend, a terrible spouse, a terrible partner, and a terrible employee because you're so close-minded that you can't understand that we are humans and we all need work. For example, I have a YouTube channel. Go watch my YouTube channels. Go watch my YouTube videos when I started my channel. They were so bad. You know why? Because I didn't know what I was doing. And over time, I'm getting better and better and better. Are they better now than they were when I started? Absolutely, because I'm growing and I'm progressing. Do you know how I'm growing and how I'm progressing? Because of feedback, because people are giving me feedback about what they see and what they think, and I'm learning YouTube. And so I'm doing things differently and I'm doing things better and I'm doing things that I love and I'm doing things that make sense because that is what somebody that wants to be great does. You take feedback and you work on that feedback and you improve. Does that mean everybody that gave me feedback hates me? Absolutely not. That means everybody that gave me feedback wants to see me be successful. And I think that's what Coach Prime wants. I don't think Coach Prime wants to lose. By no stretch of the imagination do I think Coach Prime wants to lose. Absolutely, positively not. He wants to win. And because he wants to win, I am going to hold him to the winning standard. I am a Texas fan. And if you go back and look at Texas history, before we hired Sark for 10 years, we had to deal with mediocrity and bad coaching. And you know what happened? As a fan base, we didn't like it. We didn't like what was going on and we spoke out. And so I am going to lead in the front and I'm going to state how I feel. I'm going to feel how I feel. And I'm not going to change until Coach Prime's behavior shows me that I should change. And once he changes some things and figures some things out, once we start running the ball more and things like that, guess what? I'll change too, because I will appreciate that he heard the feedback and that he's working to be different. So all of that being said, let me get into the 3 things that I'm going to be watching this week when Colorado plays Colorado State. I'm going to be honest. This is going to be probably the easiest thing I'm going to be looking for. It's simple. I'm going to be looking for disciplined play. Are we disciplined? Are we going to be disciplined in the play calling? And are we going to be disciplined in our play? So that's number one. We cannot win this game if we're undisciplined, because Colorado State has proved to be disciplined. So we have to be disciplined. The second thing I'm going to be looking for is, can we stop the run? Can we stop the run? Because I've heard for 2 weeks, the second half of every game, we've gotten better. We've done all these things. We're this, we're that, and the third, whatever. Cool. If that's true, then we should be able to stop the run. And the reason why stopping the run is so important is because up to this point, Colorado State's running room has 300 plus yards rushing. So they are rushing the ball. And also remember, they played Texas. So if they played Texas and they still had a lot of rushing yards, I'm a little bit concerned when they play Colorado. So the third thing I'm going to be looking forward to, I don't really know if that's the way to put it, but the third thing I'm going to be watching for is also to see the game plan that Colorado comes out with, because I haven't liked the game plan for the past 2 weeks. I haven't felt like we were actually playing to win. I felt like we were just playing and coming up with things that look good and hopefully feel good and hopefully will work. But I am looking for a good, solid game plan from the start of the game. I'm very curious to see how Colorado comes out and plays this, because we've seen week 1, that was what it was, but we won. We saw week 2, in my opinion, we got absolutely embarrassed. It was never close. So that's the way I see that. So for week 3, I'm very curious to see what changes are made, of any, how we come out, what do we look like, do we run the ball? Because if we still don't run the ball, even if we win, I'm going to say it a third time.
If we still don't run the ball, I am going to be concerned. I'm going to be very, very, very concerned.
I'm doing these videos is I predict a winner. And you know what? This should surprise absolutely no one. But I'm going to pick Colorado State to win this game. I am picking Colorado State almost in a reverse psychology way. I want to be wrong about this team. I want Colorado to come out and prove me wrong. But the thing that concerns me is when I look at the stats and when I have taken the time to do the research, I am actually concerned about some of the things I have seen when I've watched Colorado State play Texas and when I've watched Colorado play the last 2 games. What I've taken time to do is I have my little trusty note paper and I'm just going to read out these notes. I'm also going to display them on the screen so that sometimes it's easier for people to see it on the screen versus hearing me tell you. So first and foremost, Colorado State has rushed for 342 yards to CU 75. So why that matters is if you think Texas is a good football team and they still rush for, I think it was like 126 yards against Texas, I'm trying to figure out what that actually means for Colorado. So 126 rushing yards is something that concerns me against a solid defense. And then in total, they have 342 to Colorado 75. Not great. Colorado State has 276 passing yards. CU has 689. Colorado State has scored 38 points. Reminder, week 1, they scored 0 points because they didn't score anything against Texas. And Colorado has scored 41 points. So they're 3-point difference here. Colorado State has 1 penalty. Colorado has 12 penalties. Colorado State has given up 1 sack. Mind you, that 1 sack was not against Texas. That 1 sack was last week. So they held up against Texas D-line. Okay. Colorado has given up 7 sacks. So the other thing that is very interesting to me, how many yards each team has given up against other teams. Colorado State has given up 843 total yards of offense to their opposing teams. Colorado has given up 783 yards to the opposing team. So here's the thing. If you're telling me that Texas is one of the top teams in the country, but Colorado State was able to put up numbers and put up things against Texas, you have to be a little bit concerned about what they're going to do to Colorado. You can't say that you think Texas is great and Texas is phenomenal and Texas is this and that, but then not look at the stats when the same team plays Texas. The one thing that Colorado State did against Texas is they had a balanced offense, which Colorado has not shown me that they have a balanced offense, and they played very disciplined. Now, Obviously, Texas is way more talented than Colorado State. I need Colorado to show me that they are more talented than Colorado State. I don't care who you got out of the transfer portal. I don't care how good you told me they were when you got them out of the transfer portal. I need Colorado to show me the athletes that they saw, that they offered, that they went and sought after in this offseason are good. I need Colorado to show me. You know why? Because I'm holding them accountable. I'm no longer taking their word as saying that they did something. I am holding them accountable to what they said. So if Colorado has the better athletes and the better coaching and all those things, they should have absolutely, positively no problem with Colorado State, because at the very least, they should out athlete them, or they should out game plan them, or they should win this game by some other measure that proves that they are better. And so until I see that Colorado is better than what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking they are, I'm not going to pick them anymore. I absolutely cannot pick them until they show me that they can play balanced football. So if we lose this game, if Colorado finds a way to lose this game, and I have here in my notes the three reasons why I think they're going to lose. I have chemistry, I have being undisciplined. Let me flip over my notes, and I have is balanced. And if Colorado cannot find a way to stop a balanced offense, they will lose this game. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And I was just talking as I'm reading, and that is a skill that I did not think I had, but that was pretty impressive that I was able to do that. So I'm just going to say, right now, I am holding, was that dramatic? Right now, I am holding Colorado to the fire. I am holding them to the fire. I am treating them like I would any of my other teams. I am holding them to the fire in the hopes that they will be better. Because as of right now, I haven't seen them be better. They look very same last year. And last year, we were 4-8. So if you look the same last year and you're 4-8 and you play this team this year, I'm concerned. So at the end of the day, I hope that I am wrong. I hope I can make a video, and as soon as this game's over, I can come back to this very spot and say, you know what? I got it all wrong. Colorado was ready. Colorado was disciplined. Colorado was balanced. Colorado made some adjustments. Colorado's coaching staff was ready to go. Colorado's athletes are just overall better. That is what I'm hoping to come back and say. But until I can say that, I'm riding with Colorado State.